we get started with Chris and Doug's presentation. Hold on. Goodness, I couldn't see any of you. His team has a little something that they wanted to do for Mr. Bill Flagg, who's celebrating 40 years.
Bill, I just found out I have nothing to do with this. Your team did this.
Didn't you, Bill?
We all know who's going to the You need to go with me. I'm back there. Okay. We haven't rehearsed, but since we're here to celebrate the 40 years that our boss, Bill Flagg, has been at the helm of Cary Medical Center's Public and Community Relations Department, we felt it would be appropriate to use a recognizable social media strategy to give you a glimpse of what it's like to work with him on a daily basis.
Oh, God. Great.
And so, without further ado, we present 8 Bill Flagg hashtags that we have all come to know and love.
Where's Bill? One of my duties as Bill's administrative assistant is helping him with his schedule. It goes well, but there are days when I come into work and I hear the question, "Judy, where's Bill?" from several of my co-workers, not just one, but more. So I look at his schedule that I have, and it shows that he should be in his office, but not there. He doesn't answer his cell phone.
Amen to that.
And his voicemail is full. So time goes on. Hours later, I may get a call from Bill. "Judy, I'm on my way to Millinocket for a meeting. I won't be in today. But would you," and then I get a to-do list. Bill has the energy of 5 people in one person. And when he leaves for a scheduled meeting, before he gets back, he may have been pulled in several unplanned directions. So keep asking him the question, "Where's Bill?" and I'll do everything I can to answer.
My hashtag is Idea Man. Bill is our idea man. He's a chief visionary, and we're honored to help support him in bringing as many ideas to life as we can. Even though we probably only know a tiny bit of all that he's dreamed up over the years, I think it's safe to say that if all of Bill's ideas actually came to fruition, he would have to need a bigger office, at least 5 more full-time employees, and Steph, you'd need a bigger house with a personal assistant. Indeed, we can use the line, "I had a dream."
Chelsea, this is for you. Hashtag generate revenue. So whether it be the idea of selling vitamins and health supplements through our Cary website, or offering yoga for $5 a pop in the Chan Center, finding ways to generate revenue for Department 95 is always on Bill's mind.
Hashtag, has anybody seen my Has anyone here been visited by Bill and then asked this very question when he gets ready to leave? All of us come across Bill's keys in many random places, some you would never believe, at one time or another. Most of the time, he isn't asking this because he's not aware they're even lost. Yeah, it's not uncommon for him to rush out his door for his next commitment and then realized I don't have my keys, turning quickly, knocking, or having to ring the doorbell because he doesn't have a key to get in, and on the way through the door, have you seen my keys? Haven't seen my keys.
We can write a grant for that. That gave me a script, but Bill sits on many boards in the local area and around the state. And when he goes off for a meeting, oftentimes we don't know he's going off for that meeting. And we get to the, where's Bill? And Judy will say, he's at a meeting or a conference. And we roll our eyes because we know he's going to come back with some new ideas. We're not sure which one of us is going to hear the, we should write a grant. But unfortunately, now I'm on script, new ideas don't always fit into the PR budget. And so he will begin a quest of relentlessly pursuing grant funding to help make new ideas a reality for our communities. It isn't uncommon for us to find proposal requests highlighted and left on our desk because he saw that it might be a benefit to Cary. If it's something worth doing, Bill will surely find a grant to help finance it and bring it to life. And I would also like to say, he has such a big heart. And sometimes he's touched by something he's heard from one of us or on public radio or whatever, and he wants to be able to do something just to make things better for others. And that's why we need a grant.
Hashtag family man. Just the other day, Bill's daughter April posted to Facebook about how wonderful her dad is. She stated, "My amazing dad agreed to give a keynote address for the National Honor Society induction ceremony. He spoke about service, something he is intimately connected with, and a quality he has passed along to all 4 of his children and all of his many grandchildren, some are here, and will eventually pass it along to his currently 1 great-grandchild and any other babies who are lucky enough to be born into our family." Hashtag Team Flagg. So this sums up Family Man beautifully, but it also highlights his never-ending dedication to the community. His dedication to family is also shared with his staff. He is extremely flexible and understanding of the challenges of being a working mom, which I know very well, and which we greatly appreciate. He also understands that family should come first, and we really appreciate it, and thank you so much, Bill.
Hashtag, we can do that through Healthy You. I can't even tell you how many times I've heard Bill say these words since I started in the role of Healthy You in 2016, and I'm sure he said it many, infinitely many more times to Kim Jones before me. His vision is pretty simple. We can and should do everything for everyone all the time. But this big vision has helped propel us forward as we continue to create healthier communities with all that we do, and him at the helm. Beautiful.
Hashtag, can you swipe your badge for me? Having to swipe our Cary ID badge to print her copy has probably been one of Bill's biggest hurdles. Even more so than where's my keys. If you have been to our office and if you have a photo ID like you should, you have probably been asked to swipe it so he can make a quick copy because he cannot find it. It isn't that he doesn't have one. On the contrary, he may or may not have 4 in his upper desk drawer in his office. He just never has one handy when he goes out over to the printer. Bill?
Wow, thank you.
Solution to make this easier for Bill. It just clips onto your desk and it will stretch all the way.
All right. Bill, while there is no hashtag big enough to encompass all of your goals, accomplishments, and successes for our hospital, our communities, and those of us who work in your department, we are so very privileged to have this genuine, kind-hearted, and compassionate man, the head of our team. Congratulations on 40 tremendous years. We will always support your ideas and encourage you to do your best, just as you do for us every day. So we're gonna end this with hashtag, you're the best.
Thank you. That was real. Wow, that was a lot of it.
Wow.
Hey, Bill, show me the money.
Wow, wow, wow. Billy, you so deserve that, baby. You so deserve that. So you forgot one of the hashtags. And for anyone who's been on the administrative team, one of the hashtags would be, how many times can Bill spend $1? Yeah. We've experienced that. So let me share with you just a bit of Bill's history, and let me tell you that was a fabulous job, folks. Another round of applause for our PR team. Great job. So Billy joined us in the 70s, and I'd like to share with you, actually he gave us a personal information sheet in his resume when he joined us at the age of 26. He was 5'6" and weighed 130 pounds, he told us. He actually put that in his personal sheet. And he said, I moved to Aroostook County in September of 1970. I have lived here ever since that time. And remember what these folks said while they were up here with their hashtags. I intend to remain in the county. I have developed a love for its beauty and a strong sensitivity to the needs of the people of the area. He wrote this, folks, when he first joined us. And think about what the folks from the PR department just said. I understand and can relate to the many problems of the people in this area, and I believe I can serve them well in this position. That's what he said when he first joined us. And think about what the folks in his department just said. Great way to start, Billy. I'd like to share with you some of Billy's accomplishments since he's been with us. He joined our team in 1979 after the opening of the new hospital. He's been a member of the Cary Senior Management Team since he joined our hospital as the Director of Community Relations and Development. In that capacity, he has worn many hats, including the Director of Community Relations and Development, Volunteer Director, Jefferson Cary Foundation Liaison, and is the hospital's connection with many groups, like the auxiliary and local support groups, that have organized for Cary's patients in the community. In addition, he has brought millions, and I mean millions of dollars, in grant funds to the area, focusing on Alzheimer's awareness, stroke prevention, eating healthy, substance abuse, and many others. Bill has been actively involved in the community in many ways. I too saw that post, April, that you put on Facebook. I didn't print it, but I did see it. And I am so glad that he has taught you folks the importance of service in our community, because Billy, you've been unbelievably amazing in the 4 decades, what you've done for this community. He has served on local and state associations such as the Kiwanis Club, past president, Loring Industry Council, past president of the Aroostook Council to Prevent Child Abuse, Literacy Volunteers, United Way Board of Directors, past president of the Maine Public Relations and Marketing Association, and past president of the Aroostook Unit of the American Cancer Society, just to name a few. Bill also serves on the Maine Public Health Association as a member of the State Board of Directors for Catholic Charities of Maine. He was also named as an ambassador for Healthy Food and Healthcare New England for his work with Healthy Hearts program that he started at Cary. Bill's been associated with the local chapter of the American Red Cross for more than 30 years, serving on the local board and serving as the past board chairman. A recent example of his involvement with the Red Cross was when Cary became one of the program sponsors for a very important launch, the Red Cross Home Fire Preparedness Program. Under his guidance, leadership, and strong desire, we have installed more than 1,000 smoke alarms in homes in central and southern Aroostook County. More than 1,000 smoke alarms for homes that did not have any. Great work, Billy. Bill also helped Cary establish the state's most successful Red Cross blood donor program early in his career at Cary, which continues to be very successful today. Something that's very near and dear to both of our hearts are our veterans. Bill's involvement as part of the hospital's administrative team is to provide local healthcare services for veterans, and his work has been diligent. This began more than 35 years ago with the establishment of the VA outpatient clinic on the Cary campus, the first of its kind in the nation. Bill Flagg testified in support of the clinic in front of the Veterans Services Committee in Washington, D.C., and served as a liaison to the original Committee of Veterans who advocated for the clinic more than 35 years ago. And there's a newspaper article that said, the odds of a VA clinic in Caribou, 0. And who knows where the very first VA clinic, CBOC in the nation was? In Caribou, Maine. And now there's over 800 across this nation. And part of it is because of Mr. Bill Flagg. I also remember the many, many hours that we sat in my office writing a grant, another grant. Actually, it was a federal project called ARCH, Project ARCH, Access Received Closer to Home. There were only going to be 5 locations in the nation, Caribou being one of them. And at the end, there were only 2 awardees. Humana, who had 4 locations, and Cary Medical Center, who had the 5th location. And guess who the most successful site for Project ARCH was? Cary Medical Center. And Billy and I spent countless hours writing that grant, didn't we, Billy?
We did.
And we made it happen. And not only did we get the 5 years, but we got extended for another 3 beyond that. One of Billy's greatest accomplishments, and I know something he's very proud of, which he doesn't talk about often, was receiving the highest honor to a civilian by the Vietnam Veterans of America. It's called the Chapel of 4 Chaplains Award. And Billy was awarded that a number of years ago. Bill's also been instrumental in the Dahlgren Schedule Farm of Hope here in Caribou, as well as recognizing the anniversary of the Vietnam War. And he's also been instrumental in the Veterans Memorial Cemetery. I'd also like to share with you a write-up by the Vietnam Veterans of America. And it's about one special gift that Bill brought to this county, and I'm sure he's going to remember it once I read it. When the veterans in this area needed help, Bill was one of several members of Chapter 478, which is the Vietnam Veterans of Aroostook, who brought world-renowned David Niles to Caribou. And a seminar on PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, was given to a packed house. And I mean a packed house. There were hundreds of people at this event. Our veterans still talk about what doors were finally open to them because of this workshop that Bill made happen. And I can tell you it was a very special event for our veterans. Bill helped initiate Chapter 478, working diligently side by side and never claiming his due. Through his expertise as Public Relations Director at Cary Medical Center in Caribou, Bill helped pull together a flag ceremony. Not flag, F-L-A-G, a flag ceremony for these special veterans. And that was a very, very honorable evening that no one has ever forgotten. And I can tell you our veterans still talk about it today. People came from several hundreds of miles away in Aroostook County and to take part in this glorious history of our flags. And Bill stood back in the shadows, smiling at the reception of hundreds of people. And I want to share that with you because that is so often Bill Flagg. He coordinates so many events, he makes so many things happen, and he stands in the shadows. Bill, tonight you deserve a lot more than the shadows. We want to celebrate 40 years with you. Billy, to 40 years, come on up. We love you. You have to stay up here. We have a few more things.
Really?
So, this first. This is the easy stuff.
Okay.
Do you want to do the letter from the board? Okay, you want to do this? Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Oh, we have tears on them. I'm sorry. I need to pull up one more thing.
I'd like to read a letter to Bill from the board, if I could. Dear William. Bill, congratulations on 40 years of service to Cary Medical Center. What an outstanding achievement. We understand that you journeyed to Aroostook County in 1970 to attend the University of Maine at Presque Isle. And like many who visit the area, you decided to stay. You were originally employed by Cary Medical Center in 1979 as the Public Relations Volunteer Director, and in 1980, accepted the position of Public Relations Director. Your early responsibilities included continued development of the Public Relations Program, involvement with physician recruitment, and fundraising activities. Through the 80s, your experience and determination was visible through the development of many programs such as the first annual appeal program and the annual Memorial Golf Tournament, both of which still exist today. Serving on many boards through the span of your career, your passion for veterans and community involvement was and is unsurpassed. Evidence of this exists through your facilitation of the opening of the first CVOC in the nation, a clinic for veterans located at the Cary Medical Center building, the receipt of the Chapel 4 Chaplain's Legion of Honor Award in 2000, and serving as treasurer for the United Veterans of Maine Board of Directors, associate member of the Marine Corps League Neil Bossy Detachment 1414 and United Veterans of Maine. Again, thank you, Bill. Your dedicated service to the Cary Medical Center for more than 40 years has been key to building the very unique culture and place that is Cary. We know that you plan to continue your service to the hospital, and we hope to make continuing longevity awards to you as the years go by. The Board of Directors for Cary Medical Center would like to present you with a monetary gift, which we've already done, as a small token of our appreciation for your years of quality service. On behalf of the Board of Directors, medical staff, administration, and all of your colleagues, we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Board of Directors.
I have something else I'd like to share with you this evening from somebody who could not be here tonight. It says, I'm so sorry I could not be here tonight to celebrate your 40 years at Cary, Bill, but my youngest son, who you went to several hockey games to watch him play for Coach Flynn, is getting married this weekend. So rather than looking back on 40 amazing years with you, I'm celebrating and looking ahead to new beginnings for he and his bride. And of course, for both occasions, there are some sentimental tears. You know who this is from?
No.
Tammy Kilcollins.
Really?
Yeah. Through all of the health fairs, the gazillion special events, the parades, the press releases, the ads, and more ads, the dozens and dozens of grants you've written and administers in partnerships with organizations like the Red Cross, United Way, City of Caribou, ACAP, AMHC, many veterans organizations, and the list goes on and on. You've been the connection and the idea man pulling it all together. It fascinates me how you can write a lengthy press release within minutes, talk on the phone to someone standing in your office, and sign paperwork all at the same time. I hate to tell you all your staff shaking their head yes. I will never forget the first time I actually met you in the late 1980s. I was the PR director at Holton Regional Hospital back then. We had a Robert Wood Johnson meeting with the PR directors from all 4 county hospitals. The meeting had just begun, and you came flying, and I mean flying, into the room, just a little bit late. My first thought was, wow, he must be a busy guy. You were, and you have never, ever stopped. Although I know you did invent the phrase multitasking and thinking outside of the box, I'm positive that's been your mantra throughout your career, and we have all benefited from it in many ways. And lastly, you're officially one of Cary's historians. It often amazes me how you can recall some award or event that happened 25, 30, 35 in Nashville, now 40 years ago, at the drop of a hat. You've been here to see it all, organize and participate in all of it, and most importantly, always caring deeply about what you do, and representing Cary with pride and excitement in promoting the hospital, always advocating for community health and wellness. Finally, and in closing, I truly don't know a more loyal Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots fan than you. So in honor of the New England Patriots and the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady, and his 6 Super Bowl wins and your 40 wins as Cary's Community Relations and Development Director, GOAT, greatest of all times. I hope you'll wear this with pride at game time on February 2nd, 2020, when the Patriot wins Super Bowl 54. You're still here and going strong. All the best. And we have one more. Oh, well, here are your glasses. I'm sorry. Read it. It's okay. I'll snap it.
All right.
We know how important family is to you.
That's right, I know.
From Chris.
Well, and that's from all of us.
It is. Hello, Bill. As recognition for your years of dedicated service to Cary Medical Center, you've been awarded a weekend getaway at the Harborside Hotel and Marina in Bar Harbor, Maine.
For the whole family.
So, and the hashtag Family Man, this is recognizing the emphasis you place on family. The trip can accommodate you and your family members.
Wow,
Wow.
With that said, your trip includes an oceanfront, 2-bedroom suite with a hot tub. This accommodation sleeps 6 to 8 people.
So, one room is yours, the other room is mine.
The attached certificate is valid for 1 year from today, and you may contact Human Resources once you select a weekend that works for you and your family. And I've included the address, phone number, yada yada. But congratulations, Bill. Enjoy.
I have some extra work for my staff on Monday. You know, public relations is such an interesting career because a lot of what we do, nobody really hears or sees about until I'm so honored with all of these praise tonight. You know, it's been such a privilege to be associated with Cary Medical Center. When I first came, somebody told me that there was a weatherman that was working for WHMTV at the time in 1979, and he was a literacy volunteer. We were teaching people that were illiterate how to read, basically. And when he heard that I was applying for a job at Cary, he said, "Oh my gosh, don't do that. They're gonna wear you out." You know, and but anyway, you know, in spite of all that, I had the greatest opportunity in the world, and I tell people every day. In fact, there's a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, that's living with Steph and I right now, and he's been teaching English as a second language in South Korea, and he just came back to the United States wondering what he's going to do. And I told him last night as I was getting ready to come here tonight, I was working for Literacy Volunteers at the time in 1979, and had, you know, had graduated from college with a degree in secondary education, but tried my student teaching, and it just wasn't for me. Too formal. So I worked in construction with Maine Building Systems at the time. And my friend was living with me, Mike, and he was reading the Aristocrat Republican. And he said, "Hey, Bill," well, he called me Willis at the time. He said, "Hey, there's a job over at Cary Medical Center as Director of Public Relations for the new hospital." And I said, "Wow, that's very interesting." He said, "Well, you want to apply for it?" Well, at the time, I didn't have a suit. I had long hair, I had a beard and all this, but he said, "I really think you should apply." And I have been pretty successful with the literacy program, writing a couple of grants and whatever. And so I applied for the job. And without him seeing that ad in the Ipswich Republican, that's how life can change in a moment, if you just observe it. And so I applied for the job, and by some miracle, I did get the job. And I have to tell you, and I see the people from Lucky Z here tonight, and if you've never been to Lucky Z, to see what those people do in that facility, in the world actually, they just do an unbelievable job. And it's very synonymous with what we do. You know, I've always said as a marketing professional that I would never market anything that I couldn't stand behind. And I can tell you one thing, ever working at Cary, there's never been a moment when I was marketing something that I couldn't stand behind. And so that is really congratulations to all of you and the ones that I'm here tonight. I was funny, this is our 95th anniversary, and I've been looking at, obviously, old historical documents. And the other day, we transitioned some VHS tapes into DVDs so we could take a look at them. And I was looking at a DVD from 1986, a picnic that Cary had, our employee picnic in 1986. And all the people that I saw there that I can remember, you know, very well. And then an employee appreciation luncheon that we had. And at that luncheon, Dr. Hayward, Dr. White, Dr. Faruqi, Lee Miles, Jack McCormick, all these people were there serving people ice cream to the employees. And it made me think that we've been able to continue that tradition because every Christmas and every Thanksgiving, the administrative staff at midnight goes into the hospital to feed the employees a Thanksgiving dinner and a Christmas dinner. And that's pretty significant that we have kept that tradition going. And now we do it for the Maine Veterans Home as well as all of our employees. So it really is a privilege. And I have to say, I probably right now, not to get them a big head or anything, but I probably right now have the best staff that I've ever had. And if you come, one of the things I love about my job is when we have our staff meetings and all the staff is together and they go through the whole room talking about what they're doing, what we're doing for this community. I walk out of that meeting with just so much enthusiasm because we're doing some great things for the community. And I'm really very, very grateful to my staff for all that they do. And I'm very honored, you know, to receive all this recognition tonight. I'm so glad my family's with me. It is true. You know, I really believe that when you work in healthcare, you have to recognize that people have families, they have children. Things take priorities from time to time. And I've been very blessed to work under somebody like Chris for all these years. She's been a terrific, you know, I recently had to describe Chris to somebody in one word, and the word I used was integrity. Because that is who Chris is. And that's one of the reasons I believe that Cary has taken a leadership role, I say, not only in Maine, but in the entire country. It's because we have integrity. And we have a commitment to service to the community. And I'm blessed, really, to have a boss like Chris that puts me out on a long rope until I hang myself. He lets me go out there, you know, and some of the things that we're doing now that I know you may not be aware of, you know, the past 3 years, I remember standing in the Chance Center with Chris one day a number of years ago, and Chris received a phone call. And that phone call was from one of the people she graduated with from high school. And the person told her that their daughter or son, I don't remember which, had an addiction to opioids. And she said, you know, this woman that called Chris said, you've got to do something about this. This is a crisis. And from that day until now, right, you know, this past Wednesday night, we have been working to try to deal with that opioid crisis. And we are making great progress. But it's because I have the freedom and the liberty to go out there and outreach and do what I need to do and to work with a great staff that we have. But leadership, it all comes down to leadership in the end. And by Chris giving me that opportunity to go out there and do that community work, that's how it really gets done. So anyway, thank you all so much. I don't want to get too late, but I really do appreciate everything.